Yo, what's going on, everyone? In this video, I'm just going to be breaking down this trade I took yesterday, these sells. So let's just get right into it. So let me replay this to right here. Alright, let's just delete this so I can show you guys why and what I saw while I was in the market. So this was around, I said like 11:30. You kind of saw this play out. So right off the bat, right, we were on an uptrend and we started breaking all these lows. So immediately that showed me that we needed to retest this area to then continue down a little bit further, because there was imbalance in here. We had imbalance sitting right here on the 1 minute, and then on the 5 minute we also had some imbalance to the downside. We had some liquidity sitting right here, and we did have this 5 minute demand, but this was kind of a low probability demand. I knew that if we did take this sell from up here, that price would continue down and stop out all these buyers that were buying off this point. So let's drop down to the 1 minute after this. Alright. So right here, I'm going to delete this because that wasn't the point of interest. We had this break, and now on the 1 minute, we are now forming clear structure, right? So I saw this play out. This little 1 minute right here. So this was the high, this was the low of the current price action on the 1 minute, and I marked up this zone. Now a lot of people are asking why I marked this zone up instead of the zone right below it, and it's simply put, this acted as accumulation and liquidity. So I had this marked as liquidity, right? And now we also had some imbalance sitting right here. Mark this as imbalance. I'm sorry, I'm a little allergies today. And we had our entry at the 50% of the supply zone, and we put our TP at the bottom of the move as always. Stop loss top of the move. Now let's go and see. So people, let's replace a little bit, my computer just lagged. People were buying heavily inside of here. Now they thought this was a change of character, but the real swing of the move was up here because we mitigated off this level right here, right? We mitigated off that supply, forming a new high and a new low, right? So we waited for price to come up to take out all of these sellers right here, because I knew damn well so many people were selling in this area, but the real sell was up here. So price came in, tapped into our supply zone 50%. Immediately we had a nice reaction. Liquidity got stopped out, imbalance got fulfilled, right? And now it's literally just a waiting game, and boom. This was a 23-minute trade, I believe, either 23 or 26 minutes, I forget. This was a 26-minute trade, resulting in 14R. So once again, why did we take this trade? Right, we had a clear downtrend. Okay, but you see, let me just delete all these. We had the imbalance down here that we needed to fulfill, right? We had this little downtrend channel, but the thing is, there was a lot of trendline sells right here, also giving us another confluence, right? So whether if it was retail or just people trying to trade off the trend line, right? This move did not break the trend line. This move didn't clear out any sellers in this channel, and it also acted as accumulation with this fake supply zone, faking people out, thinking that this was a change of character when it really wasn't. This wasn't a high, this was the high. Okay, so this wasn't no like sweep, I would say, unless it did tap into this. And if we did sweep this high and then come down, then we could look for sells from up here. But this zone was invalid. My mouse is kind of messing up right now, guys. Sorry about that. I'm gonna use my okay. So this right here, right, this supply zone acted as the accumulation and the liquidity. The real zone was up here. And now if we do pull a fib, I believe that it would line up. Okay, we wicked it, but right, our zone is in the fib. Now if we even pull from right here, our zone is still in the fib, right? This zone right here was not in the fib. So that's just a little bit more confluence with the Fibonacci tool. But once again, with this channel right here, right, we needed to take out a little bit of this liquidity on this trend line. So what happens? We mark up the supply zone. Once again, this was the fake out. Price came back up, took out this trend line, and then continued down from our point of interest. So that's basically what this breakdown. And now what I'm going to go over is the funded risk management. So I'm sure a lot of people will be buying a 50K or 100K. Right now, for both challenges, you want to risk. For challenges, you need to be confident, right? Don't have any emotions. Don't have any emotions in general trading. You can learn all that in psychology part of the course. If you're not in the course and you're just a Discord member, I highly recommend getting the course. If you need mentorship or help with your psychology or the technicals. So for funded risk, 1%, well, let's say 0.5% to 1% per trade for the challenge. Okay, so say you lose 3 trades in a row. That is minus, we'll say, 1.5% to 3%, right? Now, one win after that can equal, since we do, let me just do this, minimum 4R, which is 2 to 4%, depending if you're risking 0.5% or 1%, right? So you win 1 trade after those 3 losses. You will be either, let's see, we'll do 0.5% in profit, or it will be 1% in profit. That's one win after 3 losses in a row. Now, will you have 3 losses in a row? It doesn't happen too often, but if you do go on a losing streak, minimize your risk. You know, if you're on a 3-4 loss win streak, go down to 0.25% to 0.5%. So now for the live, right? We want to risk 0.25% to 0.5%. Why? Because you locked in the live, right? You want to get your payout. So first payout, build the account, to 4 to 6%. That's it. Lock in your account and payout. Now after that, it's all up to you. You know, you can risk 0.5%, 1%, 2%, whatever you do. But for me, with the lives, I risk 0.5% and 1/4%. Now the gain will be either 1% or 2% per trade. So if you're risking 0.5%, at minimum you can hit that 6% for that payout, you know, to lock in your profits in the account. You could hit that in minimum 3 trades, or in maximum 3 trades. Now, you know, say you have an 8R, right, and you're risking 0.5%, that's 4% in one trade. You could be done within just one trade. So fundeds, it's really all risk management and psychology and discipline. So once again, it doesn't matter if you're on 50K, 100K, 25K, 10K. For the challenges, risk 0.5% to 1% per trade. Okay, 0.5% to 1% per trade for the challenge, and we get minimum 4R per trade. So that will equal out either 2 to 4% per trade at minimum. Okay, minimum. Say you lose 3 trades in a row, you're down 1.5% to 3%, depending on how much you risk. Okay, with that one win, you will be up minimum 0.5% to 1%. So it all comes down to risk management. Now for the live account, risk 1/4% to 0.5% per trade. At minimum, you're gaining 1 to 2% depending on your risk, once again. Now for the first payout, lock in that live account, lock in that profit. You're not going to want to trade a live account and do this challenge just to blow your live account before you even get the first payout, you know what I mean? Lock in that first payout. 4 to 6%, be done. So that's it. This is what we went over in this little video real quick. You know, I'm not going to keep you guys here long. This was a little longer than any other of the videos, especially on the YouTube, but this is the course. And also, I said Discord members are watching this, but they're not. This is strictly just for course members on the website. So that's it. I'm a little tired right now. I didn't have enough coffee today. Sorry if I sound a little bit more monotone than usual, a little slower than usual. I just haven't had my caffeine fix today. So that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll see you guys in a few more days.